Hello, everyone. Yes, it's me. And Christmas is over. Needless to say, everybody loved their presents. I was pleasantly surprised on how my eco bags that I made, instead of using plastic for your vegetables and fruit at the store, I made all of my children between 4 and 5 bags to take with them to the store, and they were all really excited about it, which made me more excited too. And told them, if you need more, let me know. I'll make more. Yes, that's not wonderful. Oh, yeah, yeah. Uh, there is, that's it. So many times we're not all in a position where we can, become a great hero out there in the world for everyone to see, or have this, yeah, have the finances to do great projects for the rest of humanity and all that. But we can contribute in small ways. One way is shop responsibly. Yes, reuse things. uh Separate, huh? Oh, the recycling thing, not sure how it actually, when you hear works, you hear different things of plastic just piling up in warehouses, and I guess they're waiting for something to do with it. I've seen where they make blankets out of plastic. That's interesting. Yes. And gosh, yeah, why not do that? Then give them away to people who are homeless or this or that. Oh, we have homeless. Oh, that is one thing that, yeah. But then again, I've talked about that too. I've met homeless people who said, I want to be homeless. I don't want a home. I don't want the responsibility of paying bills and this and that. I like it the way it is. But I'm sure everybody would love to have a warm blanket. Yes? Yeah. Well, just saying. So, and I've seen homeless people contribute in ways where they actually would pick up garbage and put it in the garbage can, and other ways where uh, they said something nice to someone else, or helped an old lady across the street. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyway, we can contribute in small ways. One thing I'm probably going to stress all year next year and for the rest of my life: get away from chemicals and toxins, and look around your home and see how much stuff you have that contributes to the pollution of water, the lawns, all around your home. Is it really needed? My son-in-law here, he made a concoction of vinegar, rosemary, and lemon. He let it sit for weeks, and he gave everybody a glass, not plastic, a glass bottle with a spout in it that you can yeah, and that's a natural cleaner. He came up with that himself. I love it. My daughter here made it's over there, made a little jar of uh, a lotion made of suet. Yes, that's the. I hope I'm saying it right. It's the fat around the liver, I believe, in a cow, and it's really hard fat. So she rendered it down some with olive oil, and then added some essential oils, and then whipped it. And it's an amazing, we've made it amazing facial, amazing for your face. It's all natural. It's all just good stuff. And if you wash it off, it goes down the drain. It doesn't matter. It won't destroy anything. Do you know what I mean? So it was amazing on how we all kind of were on this on the same bandwagon, kind of separate, but no, unknown, unknowingly kind of uh, making these things for each other, for us and each other, that are so much more healthy, not just for us, but the environment around us. Loved it. Loved every bit of it. I also made a tea. I love, and I have enough knowledge. Don't just do that. You have to have some knowledge about which herbs are okay to all put together and have, right? That is okay for everyone, including children. Yes. Now, mine has a tiny bit of comfrey in it, which is just fine, which is, again, it's a comfrey is not just for external stuff, really good, but also internally, but only in very, very small amounts. Okay. So, again, one has to know that. And so I put together a medicinal cold and flu tea. Uh, and I've used it myself on the last time that I had a little bout, and it was great. I loved it. I do not like, just do not like any of the cold medicines out there. I can't function on those. My body just shuts down and wants to sleep. And I don't want to do that. I do not like the feeling, which is just another way of being kind of high, right? Yes? And I don't like that. I don't want that. I know that God's pharmacy out there is way better than anything made in a laboratory. And these are simple ways to take care of one's health. Yes? Okay. Anywho, so that's I had some of that for everyone. The main ingredient was the sunflower. Yes, it isn't just the seeds that are good for us. The whole flower has, except for the roots. I don't know about the roots. I didn't go and study up on that one. But otherwise, the leaves, the stem, the petals, all is great stuff for our health. Yes, especially when we have a cold or a fever. Actually, sunflower petals are the best thing. It's a natural. Yes, it grows sunflowers, and you got to collect them. It takes some work, doesn't it? But it's the best thing for a child when they have a fever. Make a little tea out of it. Put a little stevia in it. Yes, if they're old enough, a little honey, and let them drink that. And guess what? Yeah. Just saying. Yes. Well, not everybody. Everybody can do that, if willing, or find someone that makes it in large, has a lot of it. And for most herbal people, they don't charge you an arm and a leg. They shouldn't charge you an arm and a leg, because they know the reason they're doing what they're doing is with God's blessings. Yes. Anyway, okay, all right. I said enough about all that. But anyway, so I've got my own recycling station here now. It's a little easier than carry every piece of paper and every can or whatever. I have glass or over there, and then yes. And there's so many different things, again, that one can reuse when it comes to all that. So anyway, but it takes up space. Make space for that. Yes? Okay. Also, I'm not planning to, I think that, or we've done this at the farm. Right? The recycling there is not, there's no recycling there. So you have to take all your stuff miles and miles away, and these dumpsters are always full. I don't know if they actually ever empty them or not. And I think it discourages people there in the mountains to actively do that, even though they're willing to drive to these recycling dumpsters. If they're full, what are you going to do, right? Yes? And I noticed that. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is there. I'm sure it's not the only place where, it's great to recycle. And it used to be at the dump where, and they suddenly didn't have that anymore. It's like it got separated. It's like, how inconvenient. Okay, I'm just saying. So, to start to reduce, yes, not going to happen from today to tomorrow, but to reduce our garbage. And at the farm, we ended up just burning all the paper. Yeah, anything that we could. No, not cans, this, and that, but what is burnable and isn't going to release toxins into the air. It's perfectly fine to burn things, okay? Um, if people out there have a big mouth about that, oh, you're burning stuff, well, then you need to go and read up on things, on certain things. And if your household produces things that you are worried to burn, even though it's paper, and then maybe one should change their oneself, right? I'm not going to burn things that are going to release toxins into the air. Right? Oh, and I'm assuming none of those people who would have something to say about that drives a car, runs a washer, a dryer. Anyway, which is also something I've noticed since I've been here at the farm. I hang my clothes. I have a clothesline outside. I have a clothesline inside. Then it got to the point where I realized that I don't know how a clothesline can be a bother to people, especially since it's my home. But I realized that for some reason people start kind of get edgy about it, and I said, you know what? For the peace of the home, I just I'll take them down. Yeah, because we had a brand new dryers. I guess I don't know. So I gave in to that. So my clothes were for about 6 months, maybe a little more. Then had dryer care. Then here the same thing. There's no clothesline here, and my clothes are not what they used to be. I don't like it. So personally, for myself, I am going to make me a clothesline again and hang my clothes. Um, I like doing it. I just like the. I like certain machines, but there's certain things I just like to do myself. Hanging my clothes, taking them down. Again, after I like the crispness of it. And it reminds me of my mom who would hang clothes. And that was one thing she would ask us to go hang the clothes. Now do it right, like I do. And go and take them down again. It's a memory from the past. I guess maybe I have a little nostalgia attached to that as well. Because I always think of my mom when I hang clothes and take them back down. But the main reason, uh, a dryer will destroy your clothes. That's just what it is. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's all I have to say. But yes, we are in the book of Isaiah 44. The blessing in store for Israel. In store. The blessings in store for us if we just care a bit more about the principles of creation and our own self. Yes. Then then there'll be blessings out there. Yes? Yeah. We are so spoiled. And it's in every country the same. Don't tell me, oh, it's because we have everything here. I've seen in other countries through shows, yes, or this or that, or videos I watched, uh, on how wasteful people are, even in countries where you would think, oh my gosh, they have nothing. If you've got garbage laying around in your country, on the streets, this and that, then you have plenty. All right, just saying. The blessing in store for Israel. And now listen, Jacob, my servant, Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus says Yahweh, who made you, who formed you in the womb. He will help you. Do not be afraid, Jacob, my servant, Yeshurun, whom I have chosen, for I shall pour out water on the thirsty soil and streams on the dry ground. I shall pour out my spirit on your descendants, my blessing on your offspring, and they will spring up among the grass, like willows on the banks of a stream. One person will say, I belong to Yahweh. Another will call himself by Jacob's name, and on his hand another will write Yahweh's and be surnamed Israel. This brings to mind also what a blessing it has been this Christmas here. around here. I don't know in certain other places. I'm sure it was snow, cold, and yeah. Here we had the snow ahead of time, and then during Christmas it was nice, warm. Oh gosh, I think one place I saw it was in the 80s. We were walking around literally in just short sleeves and and yeah, it was so warm and it was so pleasant to drive anywhere without having to worry. Right? Yes, how many people travel during Christmas time? Okay, around here, the blessing was everyone could travel safely. That's a blessing too, isn't it? Yes. I'm sure plenty of people were complaining out there or lamenting that there isn't any snow. Plenty were going, oh, thank God. So, again, what's more important? That the people traveling out there will be safe, getting safely from point A to point B, and from point B to back to point A, or that we have the nostalgia of snow. I've seen Facebook gives you these past pictures and of the same day and then and now. I don't ever do that. I'm just not into that stuff. But I saw that then and I'm going, oh my gosh, at that time we had a lot of snow on Christmas. And I think that that is often a sign. Again, how do we want to look at it? A sign, stay home. Do the FaceTiming this time. Don't try to force it out there and go out and right? Yeah. Go with, go with uh, what there is out there and look at it as a sign that maybe one needs to stay home this year, right? It wasn't like that this year. Yeah? Lots of traveling going on, I'm sure. Interestingly enough, we went to the store and it was not bad at all. Just the day before Christmas, where you would think that it would be full, this, that. And we went to every store that I went with my daughter and my son-in-law. There were no lines. There was, everything went well and quick, and my body could handle it at the time out, and it was great. Everybody else I heard, oh, the lines were just terrible, this and that, and I don't know what. I'm going, well, must have done something right. I don't know, but it was like such smooth sailing for me. Yes, okay. Well, I don't know. Hey, look, all I can say is those are the miracles in our lives. Those are the times where um, what a blessing it is to just give your whole self to our heavenly parent, and do try to keep teaching out there. And these little things happen where your path is being, yes, freed up, opened up. Just saying, yes. Takes hard work too. It doesn't just come. Well, anyway, there is only one God. Thus says Yahweh, Israel's King. I should talk a lot instead of reading. This is a long one again. Yahweh Sabaoth, his Redeemer. I am the first and I am the last. There is no God except me. Who is like me? Let him call out. Let him affirm it and convince me it is so. Let him say what has been happening since I instituted an eternal people, and predict to them what will happen next. Have no fear, do not be afraid. I have not told you and revealed it long ago. You are my witnesses. Is there any God except me? There is no rock. I know of none. Okay, something real quick here. I saw something. I've said I love on how younger people out there are giving all their positive experiences that they're having due to their own hard work on being a positive, helping hand, uh, uh, pleasant, kind. Okay, with no matter what, and but then I also see on how well the reason I became like this, or the reason I'm doing this is because of all the negativity that has been out there. Okay, got that. Then I saw one today, and I've seen this young man several times. It and it seems to be always something that he needs to explain about his condition, this and that. And this time it was about something, and I thought to myself, why do you even explain that? Most of us out there, except for a small group of people who are just ignorant, and it wouldn't matter if you explain it to them. Most of us, in a book even, make a big old book about. To most of us, it is quite clear that some people out there find different ways to balance and center themselves when they have certain conditions, right? Yes? All right, done. I don't need an explanation for it. What saddens me with videos like that is that the person who's making them is being influenced, is being manipulated by these comments. And I wish they would just say no, not going to acknowledge it. Take it off. If it bothers you, you can do that with your own stuff. Just take the comment off, as if the person doesn't exist out there. There's no need to go and explain to a teeny tiny small group of people who are that dumb and ignorant and want to make you feel like whatever. Yeah. Trying to explain to that small group, I'm watching too. Many, many, many more who are watching don't care about that. Because we already know. I said one could write a book to somebody about it, trying to explain it, and they still wouldn't get it. That's just the way they are. And the reason they keep commenting in the way they do, in a hurtful way, is because they are getting the attention. Don't pay attention anymore, and they will go away or start rethinking their behavior and actions. Yes? All right. Sometimes that's when you stay quiet. Anyway, otherwise I have great respect for that young man, because he's dealing with things that no doubt have to say, wow, and he's doing really, really well with it. The fatuity of idols. Here we go again. The makers of idols are all nothingness. The works they delight in serve no purpose, and those are the witness against them. They say nothing, they know nothing, and so they will be put to shame. Whoever fashioned a god or cast an image without hope of gain, which how all its devotees will be put to shame, and the men who made it too, who are only human. Let them all assemble, let them stand forward and feel both fear and shame. Yeah, you know what? That's nice to point the finger like that. Yeah, that's kind of no different than what I just talked about before, because I can tell you, plenty of people have gained from taking God and using God and abusing God's presence for their own gain. Yes? So that's an interesting way to point the finger here. And we already know all through this book that we have read that people have done that. So, okay. You know what? Not going there. The blacksmith makes an axe over the charcoal, beats it into shape with a hammer, works on it with his strong arm. And again, all these people made these idols, this and that, were put in this position because the people wanted it. If the people didn't want it, they probably would be making different things. Yes? There you go. Got to make a living. Just saying. Okay. But to just blame them, right, kind of single them out. No. No, I don't agree with that. The blacksmith makes an axe over the charcoal, beats it into shape with a hammer, works on it with his strong arm. Then he feels hungry and his strength deserts him. Having drunk no water, he is exhausted. The woodcarver takes his measurements, outlines the image with chalk, executes it with the chisel, following the outline with a compass. He makes it look like a human being, with human standards of beauty so that it can reside in a house. He has cut down cedars, has selected an oak and terebinth which he has grown for himself among the trees in the forest, and has planted a pine tree which the rain has nourished. Once it is suitable to burn, he takes some of it to warm himself. Having kindled it, he bakes bread, but he also makes a god and worships it. He makes an idol from it and bows down before it. Half of it he burns on the fire. Over this half he roasts meat. It eats it and is replete. At the same time he warms himself and says, "Ah, how warm I am," watching the flames. With the remainder he makes a god. His idol bows down before it, worships it, and prays to it. "Save me," he says, "for you are my God." I have no idea. This is so long-winded. Don't care. Don't care about this explanation. As I said, if the people didn't want it, it wouldn't exist. Done. Does anyone need more explanations? Than a bigger explanation than that? I don't think so. They know nothing, they understand nothing, since their eyes are incapable of seeing and their hearts of reflecting. Not one of them looks into his heart, not one of them has the knowledge and wit to think. I burned half of it on the fire and cooked food over the embers. Am I right to make something disgusting out of what is left? Am I right to bow down before a block of wood? Then one has to also ask a question: if the people would have been taught by the Levites properly, would they have the need to do that? Would there have been a need to do that? I don't know. Did any woodcarver or whatever ever do that actually for himself, or did they just make it for someone else? Again, this is not. No, no, no. Oh, you know what? Let's just keep going. Ugh, I don't even know what that is doing in here. He hankers after ashes. His deluded heart has led him astray. He will not save himself. He will not think. What have I in my hand is nothing but a lie. Loyalty to Yahweh. Remember these things, Jacob and Israel, since you are my servant. I formed you, you are my servant. Israel shall not forget you. I have dispelled your acts of revolt like a cloud, and your sins like a mist. Come back to me, for I have redeemed you. Heavens, shout for joy, for Yahweh has acted. Underworld, shout aloud, shout for joy, you mountains, forests, and all your trees. For Yahweh has redeemed Jacob and displayed his glory in Israel. Why am I reacting to this other one? Because I don't like the duplicity and the hypocrisy of whoever wrote this down. That's what I don't like. I'm not saying, oh, the woodcarver just he made a little statue, but if that's even true, as I said, it's just a story again, had no doubt. It's the hypocrisy. Point that finger back at yourself before, one should point the finger always back at oneself before one points it at someone else and say, am I really doing that much better in my life? Do I have the right to do that? Right? Yes? I'm just saying. Yeah. So, that's why. God, creator of the world and Lord of history. Thus says Yahweh, your Redeemer, he who formed you in the womb. I, Yahweh, have made all things. I alone spread out the heavens. When I hammered the earth into shape, here we go again. This is the same thing we've already read. Who was with me? I who foil the omens of soothsayers and make fools of diviners. What's the difference between a diviner and a prophet? They do things a little different maybe, but they're really, when it comes down to it, they're the same thing. Who confound sages, turning their knowledge into folly? Who confirm the word of my servant and make the plans of my envoys succeed? Well, okay, that kind of addresses it here. I don't know if they realize that, but that's what I'm hearing out of it. The duplicity, the hypocrisy. Who say to Jerusalem, you will be inhabited, and to the towns of Judah, you will be rebuilt, and I shall restore the ruins of Jerusalem. Who say to the ocean, dry up, I shall make your rivers run dry. Who say to Cyrus, my shepherd, he will perform my entire will, by saying to Jerusalem, you will be rebuilt, and to the temple, you will be refounded. Okay. Done? I gotta get through this. I feel like the need of making 2 or 3 a day now, suddenly. I gotta get through this. It's a condition for the reputation of God. I am very disappointed with the book of Isaiah, considering what it was supposed to be. I've never read it in depth like that. Yes, I am also someone that has read very much in the Bible, but sporadic, and in a way not ever from the beginning to the end like this, and then think about what have I actually read rather than just going through it. Yes? Yeah. and very disappointed. I don't know why most of this is even in here. No idea. What I find is that for the common people in Israel, it must have been very difficult to get actually the guidance that was allotted to all these people that say they've been called by God here as well. But the people of Israel, the commoners, got very little guidance from them. Very little. I'm not surprised that there was a time in Israel where everything was very, very confused and the people didn't know where to turn. We're kind of in this time as well. What I've noticed is even when I come across a post, I'm going, oh, this is really cute. I wonder, is this AI generated? Is this even possible? Did someone actually do that, or is this just, are they just fooling me again? Oh, but it doesn't matter because it still looks good. No, I like to see the true accomplishments of people out there, not an AI generated fake thing. Not interested in that. I find it sad on how much of that now is circulating that people are going for it. It's confusing. You're getting a lot of wrong information. And it's very sad. That's anyway, so there it is. So, but I can't tell what is what. Can't tell anymore. And I find it sad. There used to be a little thing that you could tell us, oh, yeah, that's AI generated. And then, people, oh, this is AI generated. Now it's gone. You can't see it anymore. They took that out. Now you don't know. Yeah? Oh, why? Why can't we know when it's AI generated? Weird. All right, that's all I have to share today. Yes, okay. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, brace you with love. Eldritch, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. I hope you're doing okay, and I will talk to you all another time.